Alright, welcome back to another episode, another new game. It's kind of weird, a little bit smaller, so I want you guys to, as I explain how I came across it, to try to guess what it is. But this is a cab that someone posted on a local forum that they just wanted to get rid of it. They didn't really know a lot about it. It's kind of in their way. He's more of a pinball guy, but I saw that he'd listed it and I never heard of it, so I did a quick little Google search and saw it was this weird little cab. And I don't know why I like small little Japanese things, but I do. But we're going to go ahead and open it up. When it was listed as not working. When I picked it up, I found it didn't actually have the PCB in it, which another hint at what this game is the PCB is a one-off that was only made for this game, which kind of sucks. It's not expensive by any stretch of the imagination. The boards sell in Yahoo Japan for $50-$60. It's just an incredibly uncommon or rare thing to see over here. When I had heard that it was here, I didn't even know that something like this would even come over here, but apparently it did. But originally it was from Japan, so I'm going to give you guys a second in the comments below to take a guess at what it is. Also in the thumbnail is going to be a picture of this as it is. Let me know what you think it is, and then we're going to go ahead and open this beast up. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and cut this open. So here's your first additional little hint here. We can see the top of the cab here. It did actually have, and it did come with it. It didn't come with the board, but it came with like a steel topper. That when the topper's on it, it's metal, and it goes about this high. So it's been lovely weather here in Tallahassee. It's been rainy and freezing. We're going to go ahead and cut this first layer off here. We're going to take the tarp off, and then we're going to cut the rest of the plastic. So Drew is actually filming today. He actually helped me wrap and move this piece, so I appreciate it. Thanks a lot.
Anytime, buddy.
Put that in there. So you guys are ready for the reveal of a cab that you probably never heard of or care about? Let's check it out, though. A little tiny Karopi's Playground is called. Yeah, so it's a weird little redemption game. It's got one button on here. Basically, you would select a character, and the character runs on a platform. You hit the button to jump or duck, I think. But yeah, it's a sweet little cab.
So it's actually a runner game.
Yeah, it's like a platformer runner. I'm not sure what they call them, but it was the cool thing about it is it actually had, from reading online, it had two different payout methods. So there was this one has the ticket dispenser, so like a arcade where you cash in tickets for lollipops or whatever. And then there was also like a capsule thing that you could get for it. This one has the ticket. There's one guy I've been talking to on Clav that has the same cab. His fully works, but he doesn't have the topper, but his is also the ticket. So I've never seen the mech that has the capsule dispenser thing on it. But I'm going to go ahead and unwrap this, and then what we'll do is we'll go ahead and open it up from the front. We'll show you all the coin, or the ticket mech, show you the coin door and everything, and then we'll go ahead and open the back, because there is keys for it. We'll open the back and kind of show you how everything's wired up in there. So I'm going to go ahead and finish unwrapping this guy, and then we'll go ahead and pick it back up. Alright, so we're unwrapped. So here's the cab. If you want to kind of come in and show some stuff on it, it's got a little bit of fade on it, but again, like, it's such a weird thing that I really, I wanted it to initially convert it, and we may still have to do that. I don't really want to. I want to kind of put it back to this at least for a little bit. So again, with it not having a board, we're kind of stuck right now. The cool thing is, the game has been dumped into MAME, for as rare as it is, and on the Pi to JAMA, it does actually run perfectly. So I've got a Pi to JAMA, I was playing around with it before. So worst case is I can pick up a Pi to JAMA, put it in here, because this cab is fully JAMatized, and the game will work. So I'm probably going to do that, and then I'll probably make like a secondary control panel, for other games or whatever. But I do want to at least put this back, at least play it for a little bit before we convert it.
But what you're saying is JAMA-ized, it could technically be a candy cab. It could be converted to one.
Well, it's not a candy cab, but it's a small little JAMA cab, yeah. So, not really candy.
Well,
these are, typically metal, plastic, that kind of thing. But
still learning my terms here.
Same idea. It's a simple little JAMA cab, and we'll build a more usable control panel if we want to put other games on it. But off the bat, it's a 19-inch monitor. It looks kind of gigantic on this thing, but it's a standard 19-inch monitor. I have opened this. It's a Wells Gardner monitor. I'll show you that in a little bit. But it's got, standard coin door here. Tokens, quarters, whatever. This opens up like normal. And then you've got your standard mechs here. And it has a standard service panel in there. I know it's kind of dark. but it's got that, you know, just like the same thing in there for degauss and service and tickets and all that stuff. It does have the bottom door here with the coin bucket in it, again, like standard cab. That's good. And then here's the magical keys that we need for the back. Let me show you this real quick while we're here. I think I pulled the tang off this. Let's see. There. Can I get to it from this side? I think I can. Yeah. Magical key. So here's the ticket mech on this guy. So it's got a little, like, some kind of little motor / opto thing here. And it was actually, funny enough, it was full of tickets. I gave them to my buddy because his kid's super into like arcade tickets. So there's probably like 500 or 600 tickets kind of in here in the hopper. This little tray back here. But I went and pulled all that stuff out. But you know, I'd imagine all this stuff works. The motor looks clean, a little PCB's good. Everything looks great on it. But there's a little coin door there, or a little ticket door there. So I'm gonna go ahead and shut this guy. Thing there. I'm gonna go ahead and turn it around. Drew can go back here so we can get a full shot of it, and then we'll open up the back door on it. So as little as it is, it's still solid wood, so it's heavy, and I'm trying to make myself not look weak.
I mean, the thing is heavier than it really looks it like it should.
Yeah, it's pretty heavy. Alright, so we're turning this around. It does have little tiny wheels, which is cool. It's like a miniaturized Mortal Kombat cab. With no fatalities, probably. And Karopi's playground.
It's like someone babaladied a Mortal Kombat cab.
Correct. Alright, so here's the keys for this. Kind of rusted. I think one of them works. I think it's this guy. Nope. I got it in here the other day, so I know it's one of them. Let's see. Oh. You're gonna watch me fumble around with some keys here. Really? I opened you the other day, buddy. Oh, there we go. Alright, so it's got a cool little routed door. Nothing really super impressive, but routed on the top and bottom to fit in there. So in here, I think I have my light over here, actually. Let's see. Make this a little easier on ourselves. Got our light here so we can actually see what's going on. So here's our monitor. Standard 19-inch, I think it's a K7000. Yeah, K7000 monitor. A little dirty and dusty, but looks to be in okay shape. And down here is where our board once sat. But we have our JAMA harness here. We've got our monitor adjust here, which is pretty cool. You know, standard little K7000 stuff up here. We have another connector. Not sure what this is for. This is for, I'm not sure. We have an RGB in. I don't know. Maybe there was a light or something? I don't know. We'll figure that out. But down here we have an ISO, isolation transformer, for the monitor here. Separate there. So it's got our little ticket up here that says make sure you have to use the ISO transformer. Most K7000s need that. Of course, it's an arcade monitor, so if someone's taking the ground off, we'll put that back. But here's the back here of the ticket hopper. We have our standard HAT Power Pro supply down there. It was full of quarters the other day. I don't know if I got them all out or not, but we'll go through it, vacuum it out, and all that stuff. But we're going to go ahead and I'm going to check the power supply on this and see if the monitor, see if we get any smoke or anything crazy when we plug it in and see what it does. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in, and we'll pick it back up when we hit the magical switch, and we'll look for some smoke. Alright, so we have it plugged in. We're going to go ahead and turn it on. I did plug it in here real quick just to make sure that it didn't explode when we turn it on. It's got me a little worried. This power panel down here is kind of like wobbly, to say the least. I'm going to turn it on. I don't know if you're going to pick up the CRT, but it's super loud. Here we go. So we got that CRT whine, which is normal. The good news is it didn't catch on fire, and we do get the blanking on the CRT. So obviously the flyback up is up way too high right now. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust that down, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and test the power supply, and I will film that and we'll see if it works. I don't think it's working because the power light is not on it, But we'll go ahead and meter it out and see what we get off of it. Alright, so what you're doing now, hopefully you guys don't hear that CRT whine as loud as we do, but it's pretty loud. I'm going to go ahead and check this power supply to make sure that it's actually sending out DC voltage. I don't think it is because the indicator light is completely off. But the power supply is listed of the value that it's supposed to have. So I'm going to go ahead and meter these out. I got my DMN here set for DC. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in so I see my ground is here. Use that, and then this top should be +5. And we got nothing. Alright, so that tells me that I was correct in that power supply is donezo. So I'm going to check further down the line here to see if I see any broken fuses or cut wires, or it could just be a dead power supply. So I'm going to do a little more troubleshooting, and then we'll go ahead and pick this back up if we get anywhere. So I did some metering around. We're getting no output out of the power supply here. Fuse checked out okay, the ISO's okay. The AC in to the power supply is at 120 like it's supposed to be, and the outputs are completely dead. I think I've got an extra power supply here. I'm going to look around, see if I've got one that we can borrow to test this out. So I'm going to look around the garage here and see if I can find one and plug it in and see what happens. Alright, so made some progress. I pulled the old dead power supply out. I did put another one in that I had. Plugged everything in. The 5 volts dead on. The 12 volts a little high. It's about 14. So I don't know if that power supply is also bad. It could be. But basically, I plugged in a other JAMA board I had.
To your right. Down.
Oh, over here. I had an old, I didn't want to put a super nice board in, but I had an old Taito Crime City that has some sound issues, and I plugged it in. Monitor comes up really nice. I wish I could show it to you. It does need a cap kit. It had a little roll on the top, but I'm pretty sure that this cap is toast. We plugged it in. It's a little loose now. It's still a little warm, and started getting some smoke coming off the board. So that's why you never, whenever you get a new cab, even if you're sure of it, always put a crappy board on it to make sure. But we're getting some smoke off this section here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and buy a new power supply for it. This way I have a brand new Hat Power Pro to put in there. This way I can meter everything out and make sure the 12 volts dead on. And then once that comes in, we'll go ahead and pick this back up. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know if you think we should go ahead and try to source a Karopi board, or if we should put a Pi to JAMA in it, or what we should do. Right now I'm leaning towards the Pi to JAMA and just making 2 different control panels and pop them in and out so we can use it for some other stuff. But let me know what you guys think. As always, like, subscribe, comment, and stay tuned for more videos.